Yo, shout out to the Most High. It's always I see when our Lord say this L-Deez. Also known Lawrence the One for another episode of I Need to Know with my special guest. Introduce yourself.
AM1, Aaron Miller.
What's up with you, dude?
I'm good. Good to see you, man. It's been a little minute.
I know, man. I'm glad you finally swung through. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know, start the year off right with the fam.
Okay, for sure. So I want to ask you a couple of questions real quick. You own the show, man. You're a hat, you know what I'm saying? A man that wear many hats, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Okay, so talk about some of the past ventures first.
Man, a lot of people around the way, around the bay, around the town know me from throwing events, did some day parties, did some evening parties, did all kind of different stuff. Marketing promotion for some of the other big boys like Ankh Marketing. Shout out to Ankh Marketing. Work with damn near every DJ in the Bay, somewhere between, I mean, it goes back, but a lot of people know me from my 2014 wave. But I've been throwing events since '08, in fact. Some people don't know that wave, though.
Yeah. Okay, this is what I want to know. Talk about some of your early events and what inspired you to get into that.
Yeah, I mean, really, man, I used to rap. I used to make beats. I was doing my little rinky-dink rhymes and whatnot. And making beats, and linked up with the homies True Justice and LCJ.
Shout out to True Justice.
Yeah, I always got to get him love. Yeah, them guys showed me a lot of love back in the day. So popping up on their open mics, MCing the DJ events, and because I've always been an artist, illustrator, doing graphic design work, I started doing flyers for them. They was having me doing flyers and posters and whatnot. So between putting that together and doing my own music, I was like, you know what? I know some cats y'all don't know. Let me cop one of y'all event nights, because they had a spot over in at the time, Jack London Square. I forget the name of the place, but they had like the whole month. So I was like, let me get like one of these weeks to curate my own event and do my own show. And it was like, cool, let's work for us to do.
Yeah.
So I was able to like really flex on curating the whole show, putting this together, putting the artists I want together. And that's how I kind of stretch my legs out with doing the event. So it's kind of like the full multimedia. I'm doing the music, I'm doing the artwork, the whole marketing for it. You understand?
So earlier you said that you were a rapper.
Oh yeah. I used to put down some pretty decent bars. You know what I mean? Like some rappity rap, whatever.
Tell me where your hip hop experience started.
Oh man, I mean. Bro, I'm 43. I grew up like with all the hip hop levels. I have an older brother, 4 years older than me, and then an older cousin that's even some years older than him. So yeah, 3 years older than him to be exact. So 7 years. So in the 80s, I was already really soaking up like all of the dope stuff from East Coast to West Coast, all that. So I've been a hip hop head my whole life. And then, growing up with your soul music, black music, like my mom's side of the family from Louisiana. So from blues to jazz to all that. Rich experience with music. I have an uncle who's a singer. He has some songs popping. Kirby Coleman, he has some songs popping in the 80s. Had this one record, Hey Tony, that went kind of big. But he was doing some acting stuff too. But yeah, so this whole time I've been immersed in music, and with the graphic design and artwork stuff, it just all came together to, multimedia. When I got into events, it was just like, whole multimedia experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So when you was rapping, did you ever rap by yourself?
Yeah. I rapped under the title All Creative, and then I switched it to All Soul. So it's kind of like based on the project, it's kind of adapting it. You know what I mean? Reinventions. You understand? Of course, that tied that into the whole streetwear brand stuff too. So you know what it is. I've been wearing multiple hats.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes I ask questions not just for me, but people out there that's looking. You know what I'm saying? That don't know you.
Of course.
Like, I never heard none of your music, though. You know what I'm saying? Do you still remember some of your raps?
Ooh. Not really. I'd be fumbling through it because I'm, like, on a whole different mindset now. Yeah.
Do you remember the first rap song that you recorded?
Ooh, recorded? I mean, man, the first time I wrote a rhyme, like, I never saw myself as being a rapper or whatever, but I was, listening to a lot of hip-hop stuff growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, even, like, way back in the day, like, going to Durant Square, getting them janky ass bootleg tapes.
Yeah, for sure.
Shout
out to Durant Square.
That used to be my joint. Like I had all the stuff you could have, the full albums, the the shorter tapes. You know what I mean? You know
The
what I'm talking
EPs.
about. The EPs.
The EPs.
Right. I have all the EPs. I had so much stuff. It was ridiculous. Way back in the day, listening to stuff that, I guess if my mom would have knew back then, she would have been like, "What, you wildin'?"
Yeah. Who's the best rapper? Who's your favorite rapper from the East Coast?
Favorite from the East Coast?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a hard game. Like currently, like kind of all time favorite, probably be Black Thought.
Black Thought. Shout out to Black Thought.
Yeah, buddy.
Black Thought is one of the most underrated rappers of all time.
I would say, by far. Far.
Yeah. I got it's funny that, because when I think about my number one most underrated rapper of all time, I got Coogee Rap being number one.
Oh yeah, Coogee Rap's in that category because there's so many errors and so many like, at this point now, I mean, from the 80s to the 90s to 2000s to now, we got 4-decade span. So even within that, the genres are switching up. I'm a student of the game.
Yeah. Hey, I gotta ask you a question about West Coast hip hop real quick.
Drop it.
Do you view Too Short as being underrated?
No. I mean, I feel like he got and is still getting his flowers.
I feel like Too Short, as great as he is, right? I think that he's still I think he's way greater than what the industry portray him like. I hold him on a higher status than what he is ultimately across the board in hip hop. Like if it's basketball, I put Too Short right there, like somewhere around Kareem or Wilt Chamberlain. That great. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, big facts. I mean, Short is a hip hop legend. Like, that's just largely recognized.
Yeah.
And he's still cranking out records now.
Definitely.
So, I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I feel like didn't he just drop something like last year? Like,
I'm not sure, but he stayed dropping. You know what I'm saying?
Short is a certified legend. That's not even a question.
For sure. But I'm saying like they say Scarface, Jay-Z, Ice Cube, Snoop. I'm saying he right there with them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You give him that?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no. So when I say certified legend, I'm like, bro, like he's
like a demigod in this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, like if you're gonna do some kind of like Mount Rushmore hip hop, then Short is on that. Like if you're gonna do like I don't know. I mean, there's so many like legends now. If you're gonna do a top 20 legend, Short is in there.
You know what I'm really saying? I'm saying is if he was from the East Coast, I think that he would actually be ranked up higher.
Well, I think that just speaks to the idea that, I mean, for the most part, hip hop, rap, as we understand it, kind of emerged from the East Coast. So I think they're always going to get kind of a extra little nod.
Yeah. Because it's crazy, though, because Short came out around the same time that LL came out. That was their tide, and we had our tides. You know what I'm saying? And Show got legs. You know what I'm saying? He's still going strong.
Right.
You know, like, that's damn near like Michael Jackson numbers. Who been in a prime 40 years?
Right. No, I mean, certified legend. I mean, obviously, LL to get to some different levels, even the variations, like his stuff was way more suitable for mainstream earlier.
Of course,
right?
Of course.
And then obviously he pivoted heavy to TV and whatnot. So he took his whole look to a whole different level. Short, I mean, for the most part, stayed with the same mold. I mean, at a certain point in the 90s, he swithed up. He was doing a live band, funk vibe.
I fucked with it.
People gave a lot of pushback on that. I was like, bro, he's evolving. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, that was short but funky.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that album was dope.
That album like all that with all that live band stuff. Like, you got to take. I mean, man, you can't be from the town and not really flex no funk. Like, stop it. A lot of cats from the town didn't understand that. I'm like, don't you get it? Don't you know?
Yeah.
Don't you know the history of funk jazz?
It's from here.
Like, stop playing. Don't you know? Like, nah, everybody's going to be straight mob shit. I'm like, bro, we got so much shit.
Yeah.
You got to understand it. That was why when I was doing events, a lot of people didn't understand. I was trying to tie in the live band element. All my day parties would always have a live band element. Obviously, remember, had Honor Roll Fam come through and played. I think that was the third day party I did at Era.
I was there.
I know you was there.
I was there.
One of the people who wasn't there.
You heard what he said? Hey, you know what I'm about to say? I like that. For sure, it was 108K, and that was a cranking day party. You know what? Today makes 2 years In 9 months, I ain't had a drink, and that was one of the last times I ever been blitzed.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, that was 6-7 years ago.
I know.
Okay.
That was the last time I've been drunk around you, I should say.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, that loaded. I never forget that day.
Bruh.
That day, wasn't it in March or something?
March, April, May. It was May.
Okay, gotcha. I knew it was in the beginning of the year because we had a blast at that joint.
Man.
Yeah.
I remember it very well. And yeah, that was a very interesting time in my life.
So when you started, when you was doing your hip hop stuff, was it that easier to actually transition into throwing clubs?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what set the stage for it, because it's basically like when I was rapping, we was, freestyling a lot of the homies I was kicking with, like forensic science. Like, it was more to like underground, kind of like, I don't know, people say more lyrical hip hop, whatever. So we was really pulling up, hopping on open mics and whatnot, all up into San Francisco, a lot of them old spots that don't even exist now. And I knew a lot of folks that even True and LCJ didn't have pull up to their shows. So then I was able to be like, hey, come through to my joints. Just because the networking was already there, right? Because I'm already like hopping on stages. I knew a bunch of DJs. I knew a bunch of different artists. So just that whole network game, that whole presence right there is crucial to everything, even like how my life is fast forwarded now, which we'll get to. But yeah, no, it definitely makes it easier. Like rapping, it's just networking, right? I mean, if you pushing your issue, right? So people, you're going to meet people.
So I was going to ask you this. Talk about some of the obstacles that you actually had throwing some of your shows.
Oh, well, I mean, the biggest obstacle, I mean, maybe I shouldn't say it, but some of the biggest obstacles, and is well known in the Bay. You know how the Bay gets, be real cutthroat, real crabs in a barrel, holding cats down. Can we cuss on here?
For sure.
Okay, I'm just saying,
Hey, watch this. For sure.
I'm just saying, niggas be on, you know what it is. I mean, you know what I'm talking about, right?
No.
No,
you
trying to.
I mean, I do, but you got to say that for the people at home.
You trying to play me? I don't want to. Cause that's the thing, I mean, obviously, I love the town, but at the same time, I don't want. I gotta keep it real. Sometimes, it's like, I love the town so much. When shit don't be acting right, I gotta call that shit out.
Yeah.
And I mean, think about it. Major artists, and to the point you said about Short, right?
Yeah.
A lot of artists coming up out of the town, out of the Bay Area. The Bay Area gets pigeonholed, and not a lot of people get certain looks. You got to go to another area to get looks. Like, that's a known thing. But and part of that is a lot of cats in the Bay be on some crabs in the barrel shit, or just clicky shit where it's like, I'm the dopest out here just because I got 15 niggas around me that tell me I'm dope every day.
Yeah.
So then I don't really want to be in a room with somebody else, and I got to compete when they skill shit ain't. You know what I mean? Like, I like to just be
are you
ego
saying
strokes, you understand?
Yeah, so are you saying like it's a lot of division is what you saying?
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah. It's a lot. Like I mean, bruh, I've worked with so many artists, so many DJs, a lot of funny business, people way gassed up, like, bruh, relax. I understand you DJ at all the shows and whatnot, but chill. Like, it's just you just playing music, you just rapping. Just a lot of people being gassed on that shit. Just a lot of funny acting. Like, it's weird, man. A lot of people that be town, music, culture, but then be like, nah, if you ain't trying to like stroke my ego, then yeah, it's a lot.
So that's the obstacle right there.
That was a major obstacle. Like, that's the thing. A lot of people feel threatened by other creators, right? Other artists, other rappers, other DJs. But for me, it was an interesting thing because I'm like, well, don't hate on me, because after I gave up on the whole rap shit, I was just about throwing events.
Yeah.
But even with that, there was other event promoters that was trying to hate on what I was doing. So, that same clicky crabs in the barrel kind of stuff, like, oh, you flexing, you taking too much attention. I'm like, look, I'm not competing with y'all. Y'all competing with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got a whole clique of people that's helping you promote, that's helping you do this. Or you an artist, you got a whole crew. I never had a crew like that. I knew hella different crews and got love in a lot of different places, but I never had my own crew. You know what I mean? So I just had to find other creative ways to get out there and just add value to other people's situations. So it taught me a lot. It taught me like how to grind and just, stay true to what I'm doing and duck and dodge a lot of the hater vibes and, put me in a good place to this day.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
And how so?
I mean, that's to the point of like the evolution of it, right? So doing the events, 2014 was a tipping point because I did all kind of events leading up until that point. And I was doing like hip hop shows that was like hip hop, neo soul type stuff. So this is like between, damn, I'm so mad I forgot the name of the spot in Jack London Square, but it's the name of it changed anyway. But then I was doing Club 6. Shout out to Angel Club 6. You ever been to Club 6? Like, man.
In Frisco?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to my cousin Shammy is over there. I ain't seen him in a minute. I was just thinking about him. Yeah, I know. I've heard of Angel. Are they Mexican?
I think he was Puerto Rican, but
kind of chubby.
Yeah.
I've met him once or twice. Club 6 off 6.
Yeah.
It's by the Barber College.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I've worked there before. Excuse me. I worked there before. My cousin let me work there and stuff like that.
Wow, damn, I feel like I've seen you there. Yeah, no, because True and LCJ was throwing events there. They was throwing joints at Stork Lounge, Albany. They was doing a few spots. And they had nights there. And then I ended up meeting Angel. So, yeah, we threw hip-hop shows, R&B shows. We had live bands.
Yep.
That was always something big. Like, I want to incorporate live bands. We did this dope-ass beat battle one time.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this story.
Yeah.
Time to tell you story?
Run it. Hey, Steve, do we got enough time? I like that.
Let me tell you about this little story. One time we did a beat battle on Club 6. And I used to be a cable technician, believe it or not.
Okay.
Climbing telephone poles, climbing under houses, all that shit. Doing a beat battle on Club 6, it was called a track meet. So we had producers from all over the country, but we had producers from Switzerland, Germany, Russia, and there's some other another country that I'm forgetting. I think it was like somewhere in South America. And we were having them all stream live, and this is like 2009 or something. This is before streaming is way like what it is now. You know what I mean? So we're setting this all up to where they could interact, and they're on their own time zones and everything. It was raw though. We had to set it up, but the trick is, Club 6 had the basement underground. The obviously lower level underground basement set up, and then 2 rooms on the upper level, and we're on the far right hand side room. And I'm saying it's just as a visual for the people watching, because you walk in and there's another room over here, big room here, another side room with the stage, and then the basement. And on the far left of the basement, that's where the office was, where the internet came. So I'm looking at it like, damn, we got to be able to pipe the internet up to this other room. Yeah. And it wasn't set up like that. Okay. So I'm telling Angel, like, I'm going to go to work and get some Cat 5 cable and run this Cat 5 line. Yeah. And we had to do this like a week before the event. Yeah. And so I'm, got off work, strapped up everything, went over to the city. I got my gear, and I'm like, okay, I got to run this cable line from this office, got to split it, run it, set it all up, make sure I got enough. And we had to run, like, zip tied it to all these pipes. Mind you, this is during a club night. Yeah. In Club 6. Yeah. And they pumping in there. It's live. It's jumping.
They party in Club 6.
They partying, and I'm trying to run this cable line.
Yeah. Brothers is talented, ain't they?
It was wild. But, hey, we made it happen, and we did this international beat battle with these people streaming in live. And again, this is like over a decade ago. So we was a track meet beat battle. That thing was dope. Shout out to Club 6. That was legendary. But yeah, just trying to innovate like that, man. Like, that's what it's always been, like, push the envelope on creativity. Obviously, within this whole time, I'm dibbling and dabbling with streetwear, fashion type stuff. I knew a lot of fashion designers too. So everything came back full circle when I did that event, because then at that point, I'm already doing the All Attractive Design was the design title I've been using for years. After I first pivoted from my AM1 brand. Okay. Because, being a hip hop dude, artist, I was always drawing. I was always doing like graffiti type stuff, like low key, like more, hand tag, sketchbook type stuff.
Do you know Tunes?
No.
Seaver?
No.
Okay, gotcha. It's just some local legends as
I've seen Seaver throw ups for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Steve. Shout out to Tunes.
I've seen Seaver whole like mural setups, whole burners. But yeah, no, I don't. At the time where I was rocking with that, I wasn't in this area to meet some of those folks, and it was real low key. Yeah. Yeah. Plus, because you know what it is, doing that kind of stuff is hot to the degree they were doing it. Like,
for sure.
It was getting way up. Yeah, it was more low key.
Shout out to the 640 mob, TMP, ATM truck. I do see ya.
Cats was out here getting it in. The cats don't know on the graph tip, on the tag tip. Like, it goes down in the bay, but I was always adverse to catching a case out there. You understand? But no, I'm always just at the time, art art stuff, sketchbook type stuff, and then as I got more into the rap, whatever, and everything just kind of evolved into this whole thing, the streetwear stuff. First time I had Photoshop, Illustrator, I was trying to get some t-shirt stuff done. The dude gave me a CD, burned me a CD. This is like late 90s. Burned me a disc with the programs on it. This is like Macromedia, Flash, Macro. This is before Adobe. You dig? Like, some people don't know.
You talking this dinosaur shit,
bruh. I've been in it for a little minute.
Been
in it for a little bit. Fast forward, man, putting all that stuff together, from the fashion to the music, appreciation for music, and then being able to, like, you know, call the shot, so to speak. Put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna throw this event, and if I'm gonna take this L, I'm gonna take the L. I've had some shitty nights. I've had some big joints. You've seen them. You've been in them. You've experienced them. I've had some nice ladies in there. Everybody happy. Everybody leave. Come back a few weeks later. Drop a recap video on Facebook. Everybody going crazy. You win the next one. Had the different venues on me. Like, whoa, you gonna do it again? I'm like, all right, I'm gonna run it again. Then other spots. I remember first time I walked in Parliament, they already knew my name. They was like, what's up?
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And then Era was like, wait, you doing something over there? I was like, y'all don't own me like that? Like, then, all that 2014 lane, man. Linked up with Ankh Marketing, did a joint with them, and that was with Last Poets. That was that Era. So took it back on some, like, super legendary stuff. Met the OGs. That was dope. I think Dwelle was out here for some reason. He came to that, so he got to meet them. That was dope. Shout out to Dwelle. You know Dwelle.
Yeah, for sure. Is he from, like, DC or something?
He's from Detroit.
Yeah.
So yeah, damn, got me over here just going down memory lane. But fast forward all that stuff, man, it all came together with just understanding this multimedia visual shit, right? Because my whole thing was always like this. The Bay Area is kind of sectioned off, right? There's a lot of cats that's like, I'm only at the top 40 club turn up joints. Then we got things like the People Party, where there's playing like house, world music, all kind of different vibes. And there's some people that's like, I've never been to that, or I wouldn't go to that, or that's some square shit, or whatever. Then there was the whole scene where it's like the underground lyrical rapper or whatever shit. Then there's the beat battle scene. Then there's the b-boy scene. There's all these different scenes, and I rocked with all of that the whole time.
Definitely.
So I was able to pull from all of that and really bring it all together. And all of my lineups and my events were always like trying to cross-pollinate. And I'm just trying to like let people know, like, hey, we got all this stuff here in the Bay y'all sleeping on.
Definitely. Kind of like you made a microcosm of what First Friday would be.
Right. All in one day party that would rock for like 6, 7, 8 hours sometimes. So I remember sometimes they just let it keep rocking. It started 12. And I remember one of them shut down 8 and 9. And I'm leaving that thing exhausted. But it fast tracked a lot of stuff because you made some noise. And a lot of people didn't understand what I was doing. I was like, this ain't about money. This ain't about cloud. This ain't about whatever. Some kind of high school popularity contest. Because that's what comes with it, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you walked in Parliament, they already knew who you was.
Well, now, when you talk about other business owners, then it's like, well, you bringing people in the door.
That's right.
I get why they see it. But, I'm just saying, like, some people will be like, oh, there, but it's like, oh, well, let me fall off and throw a couple of flop events. You're going to be like, ah.
Speaking of that, I want to ask you this, man. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the worst event that just nothing went right. Talk about the worst event that sticks out in your mind.
Shit. Here's one. Shout out to Oakland Music Festival 2014. I was doing so much that at that point, I'm doing back-to-back day parties with Era. Did the Last Poets joint. I'm already doing joints with Parliament at this time. Alfonso from Oakland Music Festival, who was a partner at Era.
Shout out to Alfonso.
Right. He did OMF. He's like, you want to get down with OMF? I'm like, word, let me get down. So I like curated. I did a whole night. Oh yeah, we had Professor Griff from Public Enemy come out. Prentice Powell came out. Prentice Powell.
Okay.
You know Prentice Powell, the poet. Oh man.
Dope.
Yeah. Bro, are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
Prentice Powell, really?
I'm serious.
Are you sleeping?
I am sleeping.
No, he did some things like, shit, just look at his IG. He was just over with Nick Cannon. He's done some stuff with Nick Cannon. He was on Arsenio Hall show when they rebooted that.
Okay.
Yeah, he's from the town. Like he rocks with man, this was the poetry nights that they used to have at Air Lounge. Like he kind of came up out of that whole scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came through. That was big, and it was dope because Griff was like, "Oh, I want to meet Prentice Powell too." So yeah, did that event on a Friday night right before OMF. So we kind of tied that event to it.
Yeah.
Then the day of OMF, that Saturday, we did like a satellite room inside of at what was at the time Legionnaire.
Mm-hmm.
So I like put together this whole hip hop stage, had a bunch of artists there, had my homie come out and film that, had my homie come out and film the first night too. I still got that Griff footage. But trying to go big and do a three for one, that Sunday, I tried to do another day party, or it aligned with my other day parties I was already doing. So Friday was dope. Saturday was dope. Even was able to do that event on Saturday, peel out from there last minute and go get an interview in with SZA. And this is before she blew up.
Shout out to SZA.
So that was clean. It was like, SZA, we get interviewing with SZA. I was like, hell yeah. So pulled up on her. But then the next day, that Sunday, I'm thinking, okay, hopefully we get some overlap from this whole thing. Air was dry. It was dry. Yeah. Music was dope. Everything was dope. I even had like dancers doing this dance showcase. But yeah, it was thin.
Shout out to the train, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the train.
So with that being said, right, do you kind of feel like Oakland, we good. Shout out to the train. So do you kind of feel like Oakland, sometime when it's time to throw events, it loses its legs on one of the day? Like, is Oakland a two-city party, or is it a Friday, Saturday, or is it a Saturday, Sunday?
No, I just think with that, I mean, it was Oakland Music Festival that Saturday, and I just kind of miscalculated and just tried to go too big. And, yeah. Plus, it was kind of going into, I want to say that was August for whatever reason. I had events that flopped in August.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess, a lot of people are on vacation. A lot of people are leaving. So it's part of it was that too.
Was that during the time where downtown Oakland, the Clay Street, that big festival, the Art and Soul, was that because of that?
No. Art and Soul was not around the same time that year. No, because the Oakland Music Festival was cracking. It was just that next Sunday. No, but it wasn't Art and Soul Festival that same weekend.
Okay.
But yeah, I've had events. Actually, one year I threw an event, Hello Stranger. Shout out to Hello Stranger. First event I threw a Hello Stranger, popping. And that was the same weekend as Hello Stranger, or as
Art and Soul?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did it again the next year, and then that next one was kind of thin. And I think Art and Soul and the fact that it was going into August did kind of pull away from that. Something about August, that July-August cut right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Hello Stranger. That first Hello Stranger joint was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
How did you segue, you know what I'm saying, in the clothes and stuff?
Well, the clothes stuff was always there because I was always on the hip-hop tip, always on the streetwear and just the artistry, and then it just became a matter of being able to build out all my stuff. So going from all creative, all soul,
all heart,
on my rapidy
all
rap,
hustle,
just tying the all brand in, you know what I mean? I'm all about it, all aspects. I was always big on, all the hip-hop elements.
Yeah.
All that. We doing it all. We coming for it all. We dominating. We taking over it all. Shout out to my YouTube folks right here at the live stream.
That's right.
I see what it is. So, yeah. Maybe some of these folks don't even know. I used to do the streetwear stuff, the events, all that. They know me from rocking on YouTube and the visual stuff I'm doing now.
Yeah.
So, always reinventing myself, always adapting, doing some different things. And I'm really glad I did, man, because the next phase of my career really is what, like all that stuff came together to really pop off.
Yeah.
The next wave.
Weren't you DJing too?
No.
You never DJ'd? No. You just rapped?
Rap, made beats through battles, through hella events.
Okay. So now I want to get into what you say that you're in the camera work now.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Let's run that bag.
Yeah. So that's what it was. And it worked out dope though, right? Because rocking with True and LCJ, they were doing the MC and the DJ showcases, and then they got with some Comcast studio and was doing the MC and the DJ. I'm over here looking raggedy. The MC and the DJ, they were gonna do like a, I'm trying to say, network public access, Comcast public access TV show, whatever. They had some kind of way they were going to be on Comcast. So we went to a studio one time, and I met a homie of mine named Chaz, videographer, super dope. And this is years ago. Fast forward, Chaz is the homie that came through and shot like the first 3 recap videos for my day parties in 2014.
Dope.
Yeah, so that's what changed the game. So I had Kev Choice the first time, Jennifer Johns the second time, and then Honor Roll the third time.
Shout out to Kev Choice and shout out to HNRL.
You already know.
You know what I'm saying?
You already know. You already know. Honor Roll. Like, fam. But that video element right there. And I had to put hands on a little bit of camera stuff and video editing stuff, even like years before, just on my rinky-dink rap videos and whatnot. So I was already handy with editing, already knew what it was. Plus, you know, already had a background in like visual art, design type stuff anyway. Remember the MySpace days, right? Everybody was putting their stuff on MySpace. I was putting my rinky-dink rap stuff on MySpace. But I was already building like motion graphic stuff in Photoshop before I even thought of the phrase motion graphics. Before it even like dawned on me like that. So I was like building like little flyers and whatnot and making them move because I had to where you could do the frames and really like make them slide across and make the logos appear and effects could animate. So I was making motion graphic stuff, rendering it out, upload it, and then put it on MySpace. Because remember, it'll let you code your page.
Yeah.
How much older am I than? How much older than you am I?
What?
I'm saying, I'm just saying it jokingly because I'm like, you wasn't really rocking on MySpace like that.
I wasn't, but I had a page.
In other words, okay. You wasn't really doing music at the time.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, you was? Oh,
yeah,
you
Rich Presence. Really I had Ellis Gorillas knocking.
Okay. No, because you looking at me like maybe you wasn't really pushing on it quite like that.
Well, the thing about it is that I'm not really computer savvy, so everybody that's gonna see this video that know me be like, yeah, L don't really fuck with computers too much.
Okay. So yeah, someone said, okay. That's
I know one thing. I know Tom was on MySpace.
That's everybody first friend.
Shout out to Tom.
Everybody first friend.
Hey, was Tom on there?
Tom was on there.
Tom was on there on the sideways in a white shirt like this.
On everybody. On everybody page, everybody friend. Then you could delete Tom and Tom feel all sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Doing all the event shit I was doing, and then really, again, to the point that I didn't have a big crew, right? So I had to come with a marketing strategy to where it's like creating this visual element where it's adding value to the DJs aside from just paying them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Really market the whole thing before the fact and after the fact in such a way where it's like, oh, this is something new. At the time, nothing was really popping like that on Sundays except Mixology, and that was like kind of quarterly, right?
Yeah.
So then when I popped this off, the timing was just right. And people was loving it. The recap videos, though, just really, like, made such an impression.
Yeah.
So we'd do the event. 2 weeks later, we'd have a recap video, and we were just bombing that thing all over Facebook.
For sure.
Yeah, and then we had homie in there, Delvin, Bush T. He was doing photos. So we're doing photo albums and the recap videos and dropping. I'm just saying it because it's super important, right? Understanding it. So the whole event is a multimedia experience.
Yeah.
Then we come with the recap video and the photo album. So we're tagging everybody in it. So we're just making everybody be a part of the event.
Yeah.
During the event, after the event, everybody's reliving it.
Yeah,
so
that's dope.
It became
a
strategy to where it's like every month we did that for 3 months straight.
Yeah.
Or maybe 4 months straight. And people was just like, this is crazy because nobody was doing it like that.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
People was like, damn, how are you pulling all this off? So shout out to my guy Chaz.
Yeah, that's dope.
Real Films. We really did something different there. It was like we kind of like pioneered at least having that much like content around these events. And that's what helped, catch all these other people's attention because they saw the output. So for me, after doing it that way, then I'm like, oh, well, let's do more interview type stuff. Let's pull up in Yoshi's because then I linked up with Yoshi's and was getting access there. Was able to bring cameras in there and do stuff like they wouldn't let nobody else do. They was letting me have all kind of VIP access.
For sure.
Yeah, that's how I was able to link up with Dwelle, film some of his stuff. They let me in there film some Kev Choice stuff, all kind of content. Like we're just running around with cameras. But my homie, he did his thing and ended up having a baby on the way. So he couldn't really be out like that.
Oh, he did his thing.
Yeah.
He did his thing.
He did. Yeah, he did some things.
Yeah.
And But But cool.
Yeah.
And damn, his son is all bigger now. Like it's wild.
Yeah.
But he had to fall back. So I'm like, no, this media thing, the visual media element is where it's at. So I was like, all right, well, I have some skills with video editing. I messed around with some programs that I downloaded back in the BitTorrent days. You understand? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you don't know about that. The BitTorrent days, you know, when you could just download anything in the crack programs, you can have anything you wanted.
I've heard some of my producers talk about that.
Yeah, bro. Back on that. I had Pro Tools. Then when Reason came out, then when Ableton came out, I had all them joints. I had all the VST plugins, cracked files, all that. You download it, put a little code in, little key joint, hit the button, jump up, click your heels together, turn around.
See, I'm more like Michelangelo. You more like Donatello. So
wow, he came with the Turtles reference.
I'm just in the room hearing it go down.
He came with the
ready to rap, boss.
Reference. Hey, man, I had to do a lot. I had to do a lot. I had to wear, even back then, this whole time, wearing a lot of hats. And, you know, getting old. Old man's tired. I got these grays. But I say that to say, all the stuff I was doing, condensed it all down when I really understood, okay, just do video editing, video, motion graphics. And because of all that event stuff I did, and from all the people that I knew, my network game was tough. So when it became a matter of, oh, I remember you from the parties you was throwing, those recap videos, people just tied that all together and was like, oh, you're doing videos now? You're doing visuals now? What's up? So then my whole career path took off. And I say career because that was the first time I did something that I really set myself up for versus just some punk ass day job working for peanuts, clocking into somebody else's shit. 2015, left my last full-time day job and been loving it ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, just doing like visual media. Yeah, just get my own clients, like fully freelance style, like low-key firm style, like building that all out. So that's why
dope.
When I see people now, they be like, man, I ain't seen you in a minute. I'm like, yeah, I don't be out and about like that. I'm on a whole other wave. Like,
that's right.
The behind-the-scenes stuff. I'll be trying to tell the young homies, like, yeah, I understand you want to rap, you want to make beats, you want to get the shine, you want to get the clout, but where it really is at, where you lurk behind the scenes and get the money, be the person talking to the management, getting them contracts in, locking that stuff in, and just be at the lab. Or if you got internet, depending on what you're doing, be anywhere in the world and get papered up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man.
Do you ever think about owning a business of some sort where you have a bunch of proteges or people that's under you to teach them the business and guide them in the right direction?
Funny that you would ask that, because like after years of kind of learning the ropes, self-taught with all this stuff, like all the video. So again, like I do videography work, motion graphic design. So, you know, take a logo, animate it, whatever, put it all together, build out whole pieces, whole presentations, like micro documentary type pieces. All kind of different advertisements, promotions of varying lengths, commercials, you know what I mean? Just all kind of different stuff like that. Some of it's just full on motion graphic explainer video type stuff. So it's like, I've been in the lab, you understand? Like, I've been on the low.
You said explainer videos, like, if you want to learn how to do this, blah, that, you do that too?
Right. So yeah, if they're basically, you write out a script, do the voiceover for it, and then from there, if somebody has the art already, or if need be, I can do the artwork for it too. I've been tasked to do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Or somebody else's art and animate it and, you know, make it move. And man, I've done projects that are like 30 seconds, but spent hours doing it because there's so much going on in movements and transitions and whatnot. This is just all motion graphics working with like Illustrator artwork, but just animating these scenes, just bananas, but pays a lot of bread because a lot of people don't want to do it because it's super tedious.
Yeah.
It's hard.
I heard that, you know what I'm saying? Like animated videos is like damn near what? How much are they like per hour to work on them?
Oh man, I mean, it kind of depends on how seasoned the person is, but I mean, off top at this point now, like the kind of work I'm doing, I don't really even roll out of bed for less than 5 bands.
Say that one more time.
I don't really roll out of bed for less than 5 bands.
No, the 2,000. Say that one more time.
2,000.
No, say 5 bands again.
Oh. I don't really roll out of bed for nothing for less than 5
You hear
bands.
that, brothers and sisters? He don't roll out of bed for nothing less than 5 bands.
I'm like, I mean, and that's still low. I mean, that's still scratching the surface. I mean, I've done projects that are more scaled up than that, but at this point now, it just don't make sense because it's so time consuming. And you take a project for less, somebody hit you and be like, hey, I need this, but I need it ASAP because everybody need their issue yesterday. And it's like, oh, but I got this. And like, damn, I just took this project for this funky little check. Damn. I need that. So it's just like, plus it's tedious and it's hard to do. even, you know, there's plenty of videographers running around doing people's rap videos and whatnot, but doing the corporate stuff, doing just real specialized kind of stuff. I'll send you some links because
have you ever did a whole rap video or a whole music video in cartoon?
No, but yes and no. I have done. That's the thing. I never really wanted to get into doing rap videos, aside from the old school janky ones I did for myself. But that's a different story. I did a rap video for an artist where we shot the whole thing green screen, and then I went almost, and he had he had a few verses in that too. I think he had 3 verses, but I damn near went word for word, bar for bar with different images popping up on the screen. So it's green screen him. Yeah. So then I'm putting him in these different environments, and I'm making like 2D images like flying around him and collapsing around him and just all kind of different stuff pop around him. So it's not really cartoon, but it is like a whole motion graphic video. Because that was always my thing. Like if I'm gonna do videos like that, I want it to stand out. I want it to pop. Because anybody can just put a camera from somebody and they just So I wanted to do something a little different. So beyond that, no. Other people have hit me. Somebody was just hit me up about our video, and I'm like, nah, I don't roll out of bed for less than 5 bands. And people be like, "Can you do a video? What you got? What you got on it?" I hate to ask that question. What's your budget? I like $500. I'm like, yeah, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I'm gonna need you to 10x that, but you know,
you need to say that.
I'm gonna need you to run that up.
10 times. You heard what he said. He said, "I'm gonna need you to 10x that."
I'm gonna need you to 10x that off top. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, not even on some like I'm the ultimate dude. There's people doing all kind of different levels.
I've never heard that referred though. You know, I mean, I've never heard that phrase though. I'm gonna need you to 10x that. You know?
Oh yeah, you know, Grant Cardone 10x. You know, that's a known phrase. So that's not a trademark one, but yeah, I mean. 500, like, bro, I got memory cards that cost $500.
See, here he go. Here he go.
Here he go with this. I got a hard drive that costs $500, bro. Like, but
do you do weddings?
No, I almost did one for a homegirl, but only because she worked at this multinational cybersecurity company, and I was gonna do it kind of on the strength of. I mean, she was cool, and it would have been good money. She knew my rates. She was gonna rock with it, but this was right on the heels of her hiring me. She worked for like right underneath the president of this company, and she hired me and flew me out to Tahiti and Costa Rica to shoot this video for their company. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this wedding because I want to keep that relationship good because it's all about that networking and keeping.
It's all about the network.
So let me phrase it for the kids out there that want to just rap and whatnot. Get behind the camera, not in front of the camera. You can get paid to get flown to exotic countries, and man, we was wild in Tahiti. It was hella fun.
Check this out, man. Real quick. Talk about the Tahiti punch.
The Tahitian, they don't have that in Tahiti. They don't have that in Tahiti. What they do have is really dope weather. In the spot we was at, was actually kind of boring. So that was the whole point. The cybersecurity company did this thing every year for their top sellers, where they would basically send people out on this retreat, and they wanted to have me come out there and film a video to show them what the next retreat thing was going to be.
Okay.
So it kind of motivates them and incentivizes them to like get their numbers up. Like the top seller's gonna go here. So I was tasked with going there, chilling, all expenses paid, and all I got to do is film. So it was dope though. So the way we get there, and the spot they picked was kind of drab. So off top, she was like, "This ain't the one." So we just gonna kick it.
Yeah. So
we all on jet skis on the ocean. We pulling up on dolphins. We go get on this ferry
pulling
boat.
up on dolphins.
Yeah, because Tahiti is like a chain of islands, right?
Archipelago,
right?
Yeah.
So we on the main Tahiti island, or one of the main Tahiti islands, and there's an island called Moorea across the way. You can see it. So we was like, let's go get on a ferry boat and go to this Moorea island. So we go get on a ferry boat. We go over there. We on ATVs. We wilding. It was hella fun. And of course, I got the camera. I still got footage of that. I got to run some of that footage back. But yeah, Tahiti was dope. And then came back to the town, hopped back on a plane the next morning to Costa Rica, and I was wild out there too. Like this W Hotel, Costa Rica on the Pacific coast side, bruh. lit. That thing was lit. But yeah, man, doing this kind of the visual media work just changed my life. Like that's what it is. And then even more pivoted now to this YouTube stuff, right? So really dialing in on the idea of sure I can go out, pull up with cameras, film some stuff, do whatever product video, recap video, whatever it is, talking head, corporate video, motion graphic, explainer video stuff, all great. But now I do want to create a situation where I can just push my own issue, my own IP, intellectual property ideas out online and just really own that. And it's like I can wake up anywhere in the world and it just be what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like tell my story and sell that as a knowledge base.
You're going to be on TED Talk before you know it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm going to make my own TED Talk. See, that's how I think. I think a TED Talk, TED kind of drab. It's going to be AM1 talks.
Yeah, hey, so you doing all this work, and anytime that you get a big buzz of some sort and you're doing something, the majors try to come holler at you. Have anybody, talk about somebody that wanted you to come work for them when they seen the big push that you actually had?
Well, no real majors like that, because I guess if you want to talk majors, then you'll be thinking more in terms of like Hollywood studios or record labels. And that's the thing. I stayed away from doing a lot of stuff that would even attract that. Now, I have had companies outright say, we want to hire you out to just come work strictly for our company. And I'm like, nah, I need to keep my freedom. Unless you about to offer me $200 a year, then nah, I'm not pulling up at your spot. I'm not sitting at nobody's punk ass desk. Like that's the point, to get away from that.
That's
like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm setting the meetings. I'm setting my alarm clock. I'm getting up when I'm getting up. I'm working on my project, so I'm doing it. Kind of a tougher grind than getting a paycheck every 2 weeks or whatever. But I'd rather have it this way than any other way.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But man, to that point, and where the question you asked me before, all of this stuff leads up and ties together to the idea that I do now because of online push and then the whole pandemic thing, people in the house, right? So I really want to be able to put people in a situation to where they can kind of break away and get some freedom as well. So just kicked it off. It was on New Year's Eve. I came up with the idea like I'm going to do free video editing training classes.
Okay.
So I've been rocking with YouTube, and it's Black Manosphere space. So my folks right here online, some of the folks know me.
Yeah.
I've been rocking with this space for a while. Got a decent amount of subs because I've been kind of off and on. But I mean, 2,500 subscribers on this channel that I've been rocking for a while.
For sure.
Finally, just got the channel monetized. So I just never really applied myself too much in it. I just go on the Black YouTube channel and just be talking shit with these Negroes about random topics and whatnot.
Yeah.
They just want to talk about chicks and women and chasing women and game and all this bullshit every damn day. And I'm like, all right, cool. But there's some people that's really about business and trying to link up. One of my dopest clients I met because of this whole Black YouTube thing. She put me on a whole lot of airplanes and had me pulling up in a lot of different cities.
Dope.
Have you heard of Earn Your Leisure?
Yeah, I have heard of Earn Your Leisure.
When I first heard about Earn Your Leisure, it was because I went to one of their events in 2020.
Was that with 19 Keys? Was 19 Keys there?
No.
Was it an era?
No. That was recent. That what you're talking about was last
year. That was 2021.
I'm talking about
Damn.
2020. This was before Earn Your Leisure super blew up.
Okay.
Yeah. No, 19 Keys was at Zanzi Air Lounge or Era. Air Lounge at Era, which is now Zanzi. That was recently. Yeah. But I was out of town.
And shout out to 19 Keys and his brother.
Yeah, no, that brother's dope too. I met him.
Hella dope.
Shout out to my guy Teo from Akbara Life. Did this stems to one of my clients, one of my homies. He does his dope ass designer backpack line, and then he's electrical engineer, and he did this workshop for kids teaching STEM projects, and he had 19 Keys there. So yeah, just put the tie in there. But yeah, Earn Your Leisure. Shout out to Erica Williams. She flew me out to that Earn Your Leisure event in Washington, and then turned around and we did it in Atlanta, and then she had me in Austin. So yeah, I'm just talking about the idea of networking with people around the country who see the value in some skills and be like, oh, she's a YouTuber, so she's like, I'm gonna fly you around and have you come to the places I'll be at, and we'll just make content around it. So I was like making like reality TV show style content for her. So man, just this kind of stuff is where it's at. But if I can create a situation where I can get people from here or just from wherever, I'm gonna tap in with some of the schools. Went and did like a speaker joint at McClymonds right before the pandemic thing. So I'm gonna tap back in with them and see. But man, just the whole education piece and being able to, from younger folks to folks my age, if you learn video editing and start there, that's something where you could work from home and change your life. Like,
Yeah,
you can get some,
yeah.
learn that skill, get some side money popping, or, you know, whole career change. And I know I did it, and I did it from mostly watching YouTube videos and just grinding it out and just learning it.
Yeah.
So now, with everything I've done, building the career I've built for myself, I want to be able to put people up on game on that same thing. So,
And last question before you get out of here. Have you ever did a documentary?
no, but funny enough, I just got hit up to do some motion graphic stuff for a documentary. But that's the thing, because we are in this social media age where everything's like fast. I've been kind of refining how to do what I call micro documentary. So I'll try to just scale down like informative videos and try to max 5 minutes. But I'm adding like motion graphic pieces in it. I'm adding video. I'm adding all kind of different elements together and really trying to like make it almost like a documentary.
Yeah.
Pushing the issue, explaining what needs to be explained, and getting in and out fast. So no full-length documentaries. Might do some short films, but just more on the shorter content kind of pieces, 5-10 minute kind of range, and just really informative. And that's kind of my lane right now.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, thanks for coming out. And I got to say something, man. If you need your cable done, you know what I'm saying? If you need to throw a party, you know? If you need some shirts, you know what I'm saying? If you need some moving graphics, you know who to come to, man. Tell people where they can find you at.
Man, hit me up on YouTube at AM1 Media, and then you could hit me on Instagram at AM1 Creates. You see the logo, you see all that. You see this square-ass, light-skinned face. And tap in with your boy, because I put you up on game on this visual media shit, though. Put some cash in your pocket, you understand?
For sure, man. Thanks for coming out, man.
Appreciate you.
And thanks for the hat, dude.
Oh, you already know. You know, classic joints. Yeah.
For sure, man.
This is the
Yeah.
5-panel wool joints, a lumberjack with the hat to match. You
That's
understand?
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
For sure. And I'm L-Deez for another episode of I Need to Know. And as usual, come on, you know what I want.